Hi everyone, it's Eileen from Now There's a Crafty Idea, and I am here with just a little craft along with me. I've been making some different ephemeras and I've decided to make a triple fold envelope. So I've done this one already, and all it is it's 3 envelopes. You attach them and then you collage, and then you've got room for journaling cards, lots of journaling cards, and then obviously they all fold up and just close at the top. And they're just nice to put. They're a really great tuck in for your journal. They're a great way of having extra journaling space, and you can make them any size you want. So the envelopes that I've got here, I've got some various sizes. So these were big envelopes. I think they were an A5 or A6 or something like that. Just generally the size that you would use for a greetings card. And they make a nice tuck in to go in the back of your journal. But these ones, I've got some various sizes. So these ones are just little ones, and they are the envelopes from Floristry Cards, and I managed to pick up a couple of packs of those, so they're nice and small. And then these ones are little, I think they're supposed to be like dinner money envelopes or wage slip envelopes. But anyway, they're just a little envelope, and they're a different size again. And then these ones, of course, are just your normal envelopes, and they've got bees on the inside, which I love. So, you know, it's just another way of creating different sizes and different ephemera. And because you can use any size envelope to pop in these, it's really versatile as to, you know, as to what you use them for. These ones would be great for tucking into a little envelope, into a little pocket, and adding extra journaling paper or little cards. You know, these bigger ones, you could really pack these out into like a really big, almost a journal in themselves if you wanted to. So, I mean, that's an idea. Maybe we'll try that one day. But yeah, so I'm going to just crack on because you know what they are. We'll start with these little ones because I think these will go ahead quick. And it's very simple. You just open the flaps, and then it's just a case of gluing one on top of the other. So where's our glue book? Let's get our glue book. And I'm just going to go, oh, take the lid off, Eileen, that helps. Go straight across and just really glue that flap. I don't want it to come up at all. Oh, I've torn on my glue stick now. There we go. Right, and then we'll just pop that one over the top. Press that down, and we're going to do exactly the same with this one. I'm trying not to destroy the glue stick this time. I think I must have caught the edge of the envelope. Right. God, this glue stick. Okay. And then stick that there like that. And then hopefully it should just fold up nicely. And then there you go. You've got your nice little tri-fold envelope. Now we can get on to decorating it. I'm just going to see if I can save this glue stick a bit. Plan it back out again. That's better. Right, now we can do our decorating. Get rid of this page because it's now soaked with glue. And there's another journal page. There we go. Right, okay. So I've got my tear sheets from Antique Paperie. Which it doesn't matter how much I use them, they never seem to make a dent in them, so that's good. I'm glad with that. So let's just get going. Now on the back you can do these so that they've got a direction, and so you could have this one facing that way, that one facing that way, but I prefer just to do like a collage-y effect, and just generally decorate them. Plus if you decorate across them, it kind of gives a little bit more strength to the joint, so it's much easier, I think, anyway. Right, that's better. Glue's performing properly now. I just thought it'd be a nice little craft along to do, and yep, just a nice way to spend the day. It's a bit of a funny old day out there at the minute. It's sunshiny, and then it's dark, and then it's windy, and then it's just everything. I think let's just get some different papers out. Kind of like them roses. Wonder if so I thought, why not just come into the craft room and do some collage work on some of these lovely envelopes. It always makes me happy. And there's a little bit in that bottom corner, that's fine. Put that one up there a little bit. I think that works, yeah. Plus I think these are a really great idea if, you know, if you've been using a junk journal, you're coming to the end of it, but you know, you still want to get some use out of it. There's just, you just find it difficult finding journaling space. These can add a lot of journaling space, you know, and that way you get to use your junk journal a little bit longer. Because it's sad when you come to the end. I love filling a junk journal, but when you actually come to the end of it, it's sad. It's like, what am I going to do now? Oh, those birds would look quite cute, wouldn't they? And they'd give us a focal point as well. Okay, where's my rule? Let's see if we can get these off. Yeah, right, I'm just going to take off these edges. Should know where I'm like with edges. Don't want to take the bird's tail. That's it. I'm not in the mood for straight edges today. I did the other one just with straight edges. I used Rachel's embroidery collage kit, and I didn't bother cutting the edges down or anything. I just or tearing the edges down, I should say, but it turned out really nice. I think it's because it was a complete, most of them are complete pieces of embroidery, so it's kind of got a natural edge to it anyway. You don't need to tear down. I think that's why it works so well anyway. Right, let's get these babies on. I think there we go. Oh, they're pretty, aren't they? I love magpies. Those have been pretty quiet for a while now, and I'm starting to get suspicious. Because I swear they're plotting something. I'm not losing it, I'm really not. I just swear these birds are plotting something. You have no idea how clever they are. Oh, they make me laugh, they really do. They keep us well entertained, that's for sure. So I didn't get out swimming in the sea. I think last time I was telling you we were going to go for a swim in the sea. Well, we had a reprieve, or I had a reprieve. Apparently we've got huge numbers of jellyfish off the coast, so they're telling people to stay out of the water because they can sting pretty badly. And yeah, I was like, no, well, you know, that's it, darling. I don't think that I should really go in, you know, because, you know, if I got stung, it just wouldn't be very good, would it? No. So yeah, I got out of it. He's like, okay, but the jellyfish won't be there forever. Here's Eileen looking in a Oceana book trying to find out how to feed jellyfish. So stay, I'll feed you. I don't know why I'm so bothered, because I love wild swimming. And we do swim a lot in the rivers up up on the moors, and it's, I love it, I really do. But it's just the sea. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I suppose I was born and bred a country girl, and moved to the seaside, and I'm kind of still leery of the sea. I'm kind of still not 100% about it. You know where you are in a river. There we go, that's the back all covered nicely. Right, I'm just going to give that a trim round before we do any more. Yeah, it's I don't know. I suppose once I did it once it would be alright, but for now, you know, jellyfish. There'll be reports in the paper next week. Strange woman feeding the jellyfish population. Yeah. But my friend went swimming last week and she got stung, and she says it was really painful. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm not interested anymore. Not while there's jellyfish out there. Right, I want to cover inside as well as outside. So what I did on the other one, and I'll show you, I made a mistake, because what I did on this one, I took the inside cover up to the bottom of the envelope, and it's kind of rolled the paper back a little bit, which you can see just there. You can see where it's rolling the paper back. So I don't want to do that on this one. I want to use a piece that's going to cover the whole. Do you know what I mean? You'll see what I mean when I do it. So let's just measure this out. I'm thinking that'll be about right. This top one, it doesn't really matter so much. It just has to cover the rest. And I know the writing's going the wrong way, you're not going to see that anyway. So fill the top of the envelope there. And then I want to try and think what I should do is, if I bring this down, I can use this as a guide to cut it. I know, bear with me, I know what I'm doing. And that way, that should give it a nice, there we go. Should give it just about the right width. Now this is easier in the bigger envelopes, because you've got more room to play with. It's a little harder in these ones. Let's see, you're going to go in now. That's it. Right, now I'll just cover that, and then we'll try and get it in. Oh no, I don't need a new glue page. There we are. Right, let's get you stuck in. This is the problem, it's getting this down into there, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of coaxing it to go in and then trying to go it straight at the same time. Actually, I think that's not too bad, it just needs to come over just a little. Just a little. Is that going to work? Is that covered? That's covered. Cool. Now, I'm just going to cut off the excess. It didn't go down as far down as I thought it would, but that's okay. As long as it's down enough that you're not going to see it, that's fine. Doesn't have to go all the way to the bottom. Right. Let's just give that a crease. There we go. Perfect. Now I'm going to do the same, but I want it to come up a little bit. So let's find another piece. How about this one? Oh, I like that. The lady could be kind of sitting coming out, couldn't she? Okay, let's do that. Let's try and go out in the middle and get this lined up. And then the same with this, but I'm going to give it a little bit of extra, like a little bit less on that side, just so it'll fit in okay. Let's see if we can go into sitting. Come on, little lady, go on. No, I'm just going to trim down the side just slightly. I think it's because I tore it, and you know when you tear it, it stretches the paper out that little bit. Just enough that it's going to be a problem. Let's see, how's this? You just don't want to go in there, do you? There we are. So if we take her up to about there. Okay. There we go. Now she'll sit like that, and then we can collage some bits up there. Great. Let's get some glue on. Oh, let me just change this glue page. I don't know if it's the paper that this particular book is printed on, but it's really holds on to the glue, and so you get to use it once and then you've got to tear it off. It's really hard with the glue. The other books that I use are not like that, just this one. It must just be the difference in paper. Right, this is going to be difficult getting her down here, because I want her, let's try and get her centered first, and then let's see if we can't just pop her down. We just manipulate carefully. We should be able to just stick her in like that. And what I might do is just, there we go, perfect. And she looks lovely sitting there. I mean, look at that, she's just popping her head out of there. Even when you've got some ephemera in, you're still going to have her sitting there. Right, let's do the last bit, and then we can do all the extra bits. Let's see, I kind of like this paper. It's too samey, isn't it? I remember, it's not like we haven't got loads to choose from these lovely papers. I'm just trying to find something that'll have a little bit of a focal point. And like I said, they don't have to go exactly the right way. So how about that? I like that. I kind of like that as a focal point. Right, where's the end of this envelope? I don't want to go all the way to the end because this is going inside. So we'll go about there. And then making sure that we leave a little bit of extra room. And then just tear that. Now, let's offer it up and see if it fits. Why won't you go in today? Yeah, that's going to look lovely there. Yeah, perfect. Right. Let's get this glued up. So it's been weird this last week. I mean, the weather's been lovely, but I just have not been sleeping, and I've been thinking, why am I not sleeping? Because normally sleep for me is not a problem. It's the opposite way around. Staying awake is usually the problem. But yeah, I've really struggled this week with sleeping through the night. and I've been trying to figure it out and figure it out. The problem is that it's so noisy again. We've had, what, 3 months of everybody staying home and barely any traffic noise, and no people, you know, out late at night because nobody had anywhere to go, and pretty quiet, and then all of a sudden lockdown's over and everything's noisy again, and I'm like, wow, that's where it is, isn't it? That's exactly where it is. All the noises that I've gotten unused to are now keeping me awake at night. It's yeah, very strange. I don't want to ruin that rose, but I do like that. So let's see. I'm gonna just, because you can always trim them down, so you don't have to worry about being perfectly the right size. Just generally, because the rest of it can get trimmed down, that's fine. But yeah, that's what it must be. It must be the noise that's keeping me awake, or waking me up during the night, because I'm not used to hearing it. So when I'm hearing something which before lockdown I would have just ignored, and because you get used to the, you know, certain noises, don't you, and you don't get disturbed by things, and then all of a sudden you get unused to it, and the slightest little noise is disturbing me. Right, I'm just very carefully, I'm gonna chop this off because it went over just a little bit. It's a bit fiddly chopping it off at like this, and I suppose you could fold it in on itself, but I'm just going to try and chop it, which is easier said than done. There we go. Right, that's that. Tiny little bit left there. There we go. Right, now that would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Okay, so yeah, so it's strange. I'm just, all these noises that have that I used to just pay no heed to, because, well, it was just noise, you know, just urban noise, and it didn't bother me, but now it's just keeping me awake at night. I'll get used to it again, and then I'll sleep again. But it's like airplanes going over. I'm like, airplanes? Why are there airplanes? It's like, well, of course there's going to be airplanes. Why wouldn't there be? People are still going to fly, you know, and now we're coming out of lockdown. Now more than ever. I'm throwing the wrong piece away. Yeah. It's hard to get your head around though, isn't it? Right, let's get some glue on. So far things seem to be going not too bad. I mean, we're waiting for the second wave to hit, which they keep on telling everybody about, and everybody's really scared about. But I think, you know, what can we do? Life has to go on. I kind of like that. We could sort of put that across the middle, couldn't we? And that's going to give us that lovely rose. Right. I'm going to catch that rose, so I'll go down a little bit and catch the bud. Right, and then we'll do that, we'll just get rid of that bit at the bottom. There we are. And then just take that tiny little edge off there. Oh, that's going to look so cute. can see. There we go. Oh, that's looking so cute. I'm liking it. You can ink all these different pieces individually if you wanted to. I'm really not so bothered about it. I think I'll do that. And get that with the rose on. It's just got that little edge at the top. I just need to cut that off. Just where I printed it, and it didn't print completely full page. And I'll just give this, just kind of offer it up a bit. Try and get that a bit neater actually. There we go. Have a look and see. Yep. I just love collaging things. I could just sit and do this all day long. Just such a cute little craft to do. Right, now I want a nice strip of something up there. Let's see, what do we have? What do we have? Oh, we have a strip of you. And you could just sit up there like that, couldn't you? And then of course once we've made this, we get to make all the journal cards to go in them. And I think we'll do that in another video tomorrow. So that'll be fun. We'll be able to make all of our lovely journal cards. And again, I keep forgetting that it needs to be a straight edge on there. There we go. And I'm just going to tear that bit off the bottom. Right, let's get some glue on. Again, my glue page is getting really mucky. Keep forgetting to change it out though. There we are. And then just trim this up a little bit up the top. The good thing about collaging these as well is if you've got thin envelopes, sorry, I'm just going to try and snip this off. It's going to be difficult, so I might be out of shot a bit. If you've got really thin envelopes or the envelopes aren't exactly very strong, the collage itself is going to really add some structure to it, and it's a good way of using up spare envelopes. I mean, I used to do card making. I don't anymore. I don't enjoy it anymore. Not since I got into the junk journaling. But I did used to do card making, so I always had loads of envelope and card packs. And of course, you'll make a card, and something will happen, and you'll end up throwing it away, and then you've got a spare envelope. So I've got a drawer full of spare envelopes, and you know, this is a great way to use them up. So yeah, loads of fun. Right, we'll put you there. There we are. And again, I'm just going to trim that little bit at the top. If you get it right, you know, if you get the shape before you put it on, it's better, but it's difficult. I mean, you could draw like a little template if you wanted to, which would probably be a good idea. You know, before you do anything else, before you do anything, pop a little piece of card in here. Let's see, do I have a piece of white card? Well, I'll just use the back of one of these. Just pop a piece of card in and then just quickly draw around it like that. If you can draw around it, and then there's your template for to cut your pieces to fit perfectly without having to fiddle on like I'm doing. I'm not as forward thinking as that though. If you've watched me at all, you know. I would prefer just to go by the seat of my pants. Because why not make life harder for yourself? Right, Yeah. I should take my own advice sometimes, shouldn't I? Maybe I'll do that on the next one. Shall we try it on the next one? Okay, we'll try it on the next one and we'll see how it goes. This one I think is going to be fine. It just needs trimming at the side. Right. Get you trimmed off. And there we go. We're done. And then the final thing to do is to ink fold everything first. Make sure it all folds nicely, and then we'll ink it. And we'll just move these papers out the way because I've got them all over me ink stuff. Now, where's my dabber? Found it. Right, and we'll just give it a nice ink. And there are a lot of edges to ink on here, and as you go through you'll find them all. It's easy to forget one, so don't worry about it. You'll catch it eventually. It works much better not jointing the papers like I did on the first one. I think it holds the papers up together a little bit better, so that's good. And you've got various focal points on this, so you could decorate it if you wanted to. You could put some extra stuff on it, but I think I'd rather decorate the journal cards that are going to be inside it rather than the envelope. I might put a stamp on it, you know. I might decorate the one side. We'll see how it goes, because we could do that. And then that would be, you know, it'll look quite nice. And then we want to get these edges too. Right. There we are. Last one. There we go, all nicely inked up. And I think that one looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm loving it. So you've got your nice focal point there, which is great. You've got your roses. Sorry, I can see. So your focal point there, your nice roses, and then another focal point, and then you've got your lovely bird there. And what I might do is I might put a label and then a stamp. So let's see. Let's get our stamps out and see which stamp we've got. Which stamp's going to work. Right. I fancy something floral. Where did I put my floral ones? What's this one? No, vegetables. We don't want vegetables. Oh, we've got a nice butterfly one. Would a butterfly one work? I think that looks quite nice. I feel that you're out of focus. I'm going to just... Is that better? Does that seem better? Yeah. Yeah, I think that one will work. Now, let's see. Labels. Where are my labels? I think they might be in this one. I finally moved my ephemera folders from the top shelf, so they're no longer falling on me. I've found a nice spot for them. I wonder if one of those would work, or if it's going to be too big, because we're going to have the stamp, and I might do that slightly at an angle. So I wonder if one of these might work. No, it's going to be too big, isn't it? So how about one of these? I mean, that's a nice colour. And then we're not going to lose the bird. Kind of like that. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Okay. Decision made. Let's give these an ink. And I'm not even going to bother stamping anything onto this. you know, if I decide, when I decide which journal it's going in, I could put like a little stamp or a little word or something on, and it would look pretty. So I'm not going to bother doing that now, because obviously I want it to match whatever journal it's going into. Right, I want this at a slight angle. I don't want it straight up and down. It kind of looks like the magpie's looking at the butterfly, doesn't it? And then that can go there. And I know it's a completely different colour to the stamp. I'm not bothered about that because there's a lot of different colours in the collage papers. And I think that it works because there's loads of different colours together. So there we go, that's the outside decorated. And then all we'd have to do then is to cut some cards, and we will collage them and pop them in the pockets. But I think we'll do that tomorrow. So let's quickly see what other envelopes we've got. Which other ones did we have? Let's give these a go, because I feel these would be easier because they're pretty straight across. So when it comes to decorating them, I think that they're going to be much easier to decorate. And I don't even think I'll bother decorating it too deep down inside. So let's get a new glue page to start with. And then what we'll do tomorrow is we'll make all the journal cards to go inside them. And we've used enough glue pages that we're going to have lots of journal cards. Yep, never in short supply. Right, I'm going to leave a little gap because I want these to fold up, and plus they're going to be collaged on, so I want a little bit of a gap so that they close up okay, so that when I fold them they're not catching on themselves. Yeah, I think that should work okay. So it's a very slight gap, very slight, because obviously I want them to fit as well. Right, just glue this down, and very slight gap. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Right, let's just check. Yep. Now that's probably going to need a little bit of an extension, but I can do that when we'll see. Right, now let's get our papers again and see where we can go. Now I'm going to start again doing the back, and we can use some bigger pieces on the back. I think I want that bird. So let's think about this. So 1, 2, that's going to be the side we want to decorate as an envelope. So I'll try not to put a focal point on there. So I'm going to just try putting focal points on the other two. And let's get the glue. So I hope everybody else is having a nice summer. Drop a comment down below and tell me what the weather's like with you, because I'm always fascinated, especially, you know, in different countries, because I know we always complain in the UK about our weather, but really the weather we get isn't half as bad as what we make it out to be. We just like to complain. So if you're not in the UK, well, if you're in the UK, tell me, because I mean, I know a few years ago we went on a holiday down to Cornwall. Beautiful place of the part of the world, absolutely gorgeous. If you ever get a chance to go. And when we left our house in the northeast of England, we were in woolly jumpers and jeans with blankets over us. And when we got to Cornwall, we were out on the beach at 10 o'clock at night with t-shirts and shorts, because the weather was that different. So yeah, just a couple of 100 miles and it's like completely different. So I can't imagine living in a really big country. I mean, in the UK, if you walk far enough, you fall off the end. So, but I guess in somewhere like America, you know, you have whole different weather systems. What's the weather like where you are? What sort of summer are you having? Drop me a comment and tell me. If anybody is in Cornwall, let me know how things are down there, because I love Cornwall. One of my never forget, we used to have some lovely family holidays down there. Because with us living in the Midlands when I was younger, you know, it wasn't too hard to get to Cornwall. So we used to have lovely caravan holidays there. It was so nice. I just always remember it being, I suppose when you're looking back through, you know, through your childhood eyes, you forget about the weather maybe it's not being always great, but to us, you know, summers seem to stretch on forever, and the sun was always shining when you were in Cornwall. And it was just a magical place, and it is a magical place. I mean, when we went with the kids on holiday, it was during the middle of the whole Harry Potter, you know, the series was really still being published and that, and my kids were Harry Potter mad, still are, and me. But yeah, we were Harry Potter mad, and there were parts of Cornwall where it was literally like walking in Diagon Alley. It was absolutely gorgeous. I kind of like that, kind of a Baroque feel. And the girls just thought it was such a magical place. We went to this place and there was this lovely little stone cottage, and it was tiny. I mean, tiny little stone cottage, and it was a pixie cottage, and there was a guy outside and he was selling like little statues of pixies and things. And I says to him, wow, I says, how long has that been there? He went, oh, a good few years now. He says the pixies built it. Well, he wouldn't tell us, you know, but eventually he sort of, when the kids were busy playing, he went, oh, we built it quite a few years ago. He says, but everybody loves it, and when you tell them, they swear the pixies live. Because obviously it's big enough for a pixie house. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've got photos of it somewhere. I loved it so much. And the girls were just absolutely enamoured of it. They were, and the whole place is like that. It's just a magical place. So if you ever get the chance to go to Cornwall, go to Cornwall. It won't disappoint. And around every corner you expect to see a witch or a wizard, and a flying motorbike or something. Just such a great place. And the people there were so nice. So nice. Right, now we don't want a focal point on that one, so I'm just going to put something plain. And because I'm going to decorate it, I might just cover the whole thing in one. I might just cover the whole part. Try not to cover that bird. Then we can go all the way at the top. Yeah. I think that'll work out great. So let's just pull this extra bit off at the side, so we can use that for something else. There we go. Because it's going to get decorated anyway, I'm going to put a postage stamp on it, and maybe an address label, and we'll maybe put a little cluster or something there too. I should have got my postage stamps out, me rubber stamps, so we could have put some postage marks on as well. I might try and grab them. There we go. And we've just got this little bit here. Let's see, what do we have? Something quite neutral. Just a little bit. Okay, so that's one side done. Let's just trim it down where it needs trimming. There's a few little bits down the side. And it did work out better, I think, with with this style of envelope, like coin envelope style. Right, let's just see. Yeah, I'm loving that. And when that folds up, yeah, you're going to have like a nice focal point there, though we've almost cut the bird's head off. And then this is going to be quite plain for us to decorate when we've finished. Okay, right, let's do the inside. Now again, I think we can probably get away with bigger pieces here, so I think I might do that. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Kind of like that. It's a little bit, just cut that bottom bit off. It's a little bit darker, isn't it? A bit grungier. I do like a bit of grunge. I've been sitting doing some embroidered pieces, and I'm nearly finished them, and I can't wait to show you. Because I really enjoyed doing the journal with the embroidered cover, so, and the snippet roll. I really enjoyed doing them, so I wanted to do some more, and I thought, well, I'm going to do some, and maybe I'll put them in the Etsy shop, maybe I'll put them in packs and put them in the Etsy shop. But I made a snippet roll the other day. Oh, I love it to pieces. I'm not showing you yet though. I'm teasing you. I'm not showing you because I want to get them all finished and show you them all together, because what I might do is I might turn them into a digital, and then I might sell the originals in the Etsy shop. I might. I haven't decided yet. Drop a comment down below and let me know what you think. Do you like the slow stitch, and do you like the embroidery pieces? Because if you do, then yeah, I'll pop them in the Etsy store. Right, now I don't think I'm going to bother that much about because these are like a brown envelope anyway. I'm not going to try and cover up every little tiny bit, because once I ink it up it'll be covered anyway. So yeah, I'm not going to worry too much about that, because I think there's enough going on with these that a little bit of the brown envelope showing through is not going to hurt at all. So there we go, and I'm going to just tear this edge at the bottom, just because I want to give it a little bit of a rougher edge. There we go. If I was using a white envelope, I might, you know, be a bit more concerned about it, because like I'm not that keen on white space. But this is brown, and brown is already quite kind of vintage, this kind of packaging brown anyway. So that's fine. I'm not going to worry about those tiny little bits there. It's going to look good anyway. So right, now I love this owl, and I want this owl on here. So let's see. Yeah, it's going to work out fine. So first of all, let's just tear it off at the top, and he's going to be able to, so you're going to kind of have daytime and nighttime. It's going to work out kind of like that, isn't it? I think, hopefully. Let's just see where we are. Can't quite see with the, there we are. Right. And I don't want it to go all the way down, but it is, I do want it to go a little bit in. So let's just work that out. Don't need it to go too far in. There we go. And then just line that up. There we go. Right. I'm just going to trim the bottom to make sure it goes in snug. Because what I want to do is I want to get it to go down inside just a little bit, just to give that continuity. There we go. Oh, that's great. I like that. And then we could even, here's me decorating again. We could put a little bit of something there, couldn't we? We maybe could. Okay, let's get some glue on. Yeah, when we went down to Cornwall, we went to Tintagel, which is it's the old castle, and it's on a piece of land that juts out. You know, you've got to, you can, I think you can only access it when the tide's out, other than this bridge, which is honestly one of the most terrifying bridges. It's a tiny little rock bridge. I mean, it might be different now, they might have changed it, but when we went it was just this little rock bridge thing. And yeah, it was a bit scary. I was like, and then you've got to go up these steps, and they go up the side of the cliff, and the steps are absolutely kill you, and there's barely enough space for you to cross people. So when people are coming down, you've got to literally flatten yourself to the rock. I mean, health and safety, you know, it's probably all changed now. But yeah, and the Tintagel Castle is actually the castle where they believe King Arthur was born, and where his parents lived. But yeah, it's not easy to get to. But it was well worth going to see it. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. Didn't do the glue very well on that one, did I? There we go. There, right. Now this last piece, I want to keep it in the same hues as this, but I don't want it too samey, if you know what I mean. Let's see, what colours do we have? Well, we do have kind of this purpley colour, which would still go, and then you'd have the roses kind of like that. Okay, let's do that. But yeah, it's a wonderful site, and it is very mystical. And when you get over there, and you know, you're looking back at the mainland, you can understand why they built a castle there, because there's no way for an invading army to get across there without getting absolutely slaughtered on the way over. So yeah, defensively, it's possibly one of the most defensible castles in Britain, and it dates back, I think, to the stone castle that's there. I think it dates back to the 13th century, might even be earlier, I don't know. But there's been a settlement on the site, well, as long as there's been people, really. And it's just got one of those feels about it. It's just, I mean, take away all the King Arthur stuff and all the Merlin stuff and all that kind of stuff, and it still does feel mystical, and it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I think that's going to look really cute. Right, let's get the glue on. So yeah, the girls really enjoyed that. I mean, took me 10 minutes to recover from the steps up the side of a cliff, and they're running around like nuts. And there's like little stone huts and everything all over the place within the castle grounds, and they're just disappearing into these huts, and I'm like, don't go running off, don't disappear, don't do this, where are you? I just couldn't keep a track of them. They were just absolutely in their element, playing knights and dragons and princesses and all sorts of stuff, and they loved it. They were convinced that they were going to go into one of these huts and find Merlin sitting there. Yeah, I think he's on his holidays. Oh my word, they absolutely loved it though. Right, get that really well pressed down, and then the last bit we need is just a little piece for here. Oh, that looks really nice, and it does kind of look night day. I like that. That's really cute. I didn't mean it to work out like that, but it did. I love this little bit here, so let's do that. Let's see. There we go. But yeah, they kind of loved all that kind of Arthurian legend and stuff. It's kind of what you grow up with in England, you know. All the stories of Robin Hood and King Arthur. I mean, they've still got Robin Hood's tree. There's a big old tree down in Nottingham Forest, and it's all hollowed out, and they reckon that that's where he used to stay to hide from the guards and that, and the soldiers. I mean, I don't know, you know, who am I to say? Did he exist? I think he was more of an idea than a man. But it doesn't make his stories any less fun to read. And it's nice having stories like that when you grow up, I think. Stories of courage and selflessness, and, you know, there's a reason we teach our kids these things. I definitely used to keep it alive for them. I loved it, me. Still do. Still do. It's fun having people, you know, heroes that you can look up to because they did the right thing when the right thing wasn't easy. Although saying that, we have an abundance of heroes now at the minute who did the right thing and fought COVID for the rest of us, and many of whom lost their lives, bless them. So there's no shortage of heroes at the minute. There we go. Right, so that one's about done. Let's just fold it all up, make sure it folds up nice and neat. Yep. And then we can get this one all nicely inked up. And again, like I said, you'll find all the edges that you've got to ink, and you know, as you go along, you get used to finding bits that you've forgotten about. But it's never too late to ink, is it? There's always time for ink. Right, and I like the way this one, I really do like the way this one's turned out. It's kind of like, it's very similar on both sides, but there's a distinct difference between the inside and the outside, which is really nice, and I like that. Right, let's just get this. I need to put some glue on there. I'll tell you what, let's get me tacky glue. Just make sure. I don't know what's wrong with this glue stick at the minute. It's just not performing as well as it usually does. It's very humid here at the minute, and that's probably got something to do with it, because, you know, humidity, it affects everything. I mean, it's incredibly humid at the minute. The poor pooch. My Dexy, he's used to getting, he goes to the groomers to get a cut every couple of months because he's got really thick hair. I mean, he's a woodland spaniel, so he has very thick hair. So we try to keep it well groomed especially in the summer. But obviously with COVID, we've been having to cut him ourselves, and bless him, he so wants to go back and get done properly. If he could talk, he'd be saying to us, you know what, my friends just think I look daft. Right, so that's that one done as well. So that's all nicely finished, and we've got that one done and that one done. Now let's see, I'm not going to decorate this one today. I'll decorate it tomorrow when we do our cards to go in it. And there is one last thing I want to do on this one now that it's all dry, and that is to put a fastener on. Uh-oh, that always happens. And let's get me little Jimmy gadget, and we'll put a grommet in. And these are just normal grommets, there's nothing special about them. Right, go it the right way. Nope. What's wrong with you? That's it. Just press that grommet down really well. And then I want some ribbon. I'm going to use some of this nice gold ribbon. Let's cut off plenty because I want to wrap it round. And that way it'll be nice and secure. Pop it through here. There we go. And then just wrap it round. And there we are, that's that one done. And I'm really loving that. Turned out really nice. I like the smaller ones. That's going to just pop into a little pocket. I mean, it's a little bit more bulky than a normal piece of ephemera, and once it's got its cards in, it's going to be even more. But it could go in the front pocket or the back pocket of a journal, or you could put it into a normal pocket. It's just going to be a little bit more bulky. And this one, I like the way this one turned out, because with it being square, it's different. And when it's all dry, I'll put a fastener on it. And like I says, tomorrow we'll make the cards to go in these, and we'll decorate the front of this one. So I hope that you've enjoyed crafting along with me. I love having you along with me. Drop us a comment, tell us what you think of these, tell us what the weather's like where you are, how you're enjoying your summer, tell me anything you want. And if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, because we have hit over 450 now. So the Ladybird journal that I'm going to do for the 500 subscriber giveaway, I'll be starting that soon. I'm just trying to work out which journal I'm doing first, because I was going to do the naturalist one first, but I don't know, I might shift things about a bit, I'm not sure, because I've started working on a little project to do with that one, which I'll tell you about in another video. So I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll do some of these journaling cards to fit into these. And I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're well. Stay safe, stay healthy, and happy crafting. Bye.